I think I'm up to video 7, part 7. So basically I kind of cocked up. I went ahead and did something and I really wasn't happy with it. So I've gone and actually got myself another tractor. I've got an evolution of my driveline basically that I'm going to do now. Change it up a little bit. Still sort of similar principles to what I had before, but not exactly the same. Because obviously if you've been watching the series, I started off using Diffs, so I cut sections out there. Once I'd done that, you know, with these, once you cut it, that's it, it's over, it's cut. So I wasn't completely happy with the way that it looked and bits that I'd cut out. What I've got now is another tractor, so I've hole sawed that out, 25mm hole saw, and now I might need to just file a little bit out of that, but basically the motor will sit in there like that. I'm going to use the same principle as how I attached the centre bit with the pipe clamps. So I'll pipe clamp the motors in, something like that, and then that's the drive, and it'll just sit in there. Probably put a screw through here and maybe a couple on this side here, just to help it from spinning and help hold it in place, but that's heaps tidier. There's so much more in there now, so I'm happy that's working. Yeah, so I went and cut the front up, and I didn't like it. I was pissed. I was annoyed actually. So I just went and bought another one. So I mean, that's the whole purpose of this. Is I haven't done this before. I'm trying to achieve this without using 3D printing. It's very tight. It's quite challenging in there. I have plans to put like a sound kit and stuff in it, which I think I'm going to be able to fit in there, but we'll see how it all goes. And obviously, I want to be able to have attachments on the back of it as well, so I'm going to need to run some wires and receivers off the back of it. But basically today I'm going to go ahead and get it all back to driving again, and get the front and the rear driving, and cut it out and redo the steering on the new tractor, all that sort of stuff. Like some parts I can use, some parts I can't use, which is great. I've now got like lots of spare wheels, lots of spare runners, things like that. But the main body, this part here, this is the new one, and this part here, basically what I did is I cut all of this out, and it looked shit, for lack of a better word. So we'll go ahead and we'll tidy all this up. You know, should be able to keep a lot of this in here now. I'm going to have a look at the old one and see how much of in here I can sort of cut out to look at mounting, you know, the receiver or something in there and things like that. So that's where I'm at the moment. So we're going to keep moving forward, and I'll show you how I do the front and the rear. That'll be today's video, and then moving forward after that we'll look at, you know, the front lights and the wiring and things like that. But steering's staying the same. I just need to change up a couple of things on it. Well, not change it, just redo it in the new tractor. Drive lines, this is what I'm going to go with now. I mean, you'll see it once I get it back together that it's heaps tidier. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll give you an update in a bit. much tidier, much better. Like that. Tidier on the inside. Lots more strength to it. Pretty wrapped with how that's turned out. So that's all good. And then this cover, which I've taken some of the tabs off. Put down pretty easily. That. So, okay, you barely even tell that I've cut anything out of that now. There's still a little bit in here, but by the time the tracks go on, barely even see any of it. Go. So that's heaps tidier. So I just used a 25mm hole saw. Just got from my local hardware store. It was quite expensive, but I'm planning on doing like a few different things, you know, different machines, the Volvo AH60 and stuff like that. So this is going to come in handy. So that's, yeah, I mean, I think that looks heaps better. And you know, it's pretty easy to get off end of the day as well. Make a liar out of me. No, come on. Okay. So I used the same principle again with the pipe clamps, and I've just put some screw. Here we go. Same principle with the pipe clamps. Let's put some screws down in there, and they bolt on. So that's way tidier. So that's the back. Get on to doing the front, and then I'm just going to tidy everything up, and I'll show it driving. Thanks, guys. As you can see with the time lapse, I've gone ahead cut what I want to cut out of here, so that when the hood sits down you still see all of this. I've drilled out these as I showed you before. I've got the motors in. I need to wire them up, but what I've done, because there's not as much space, I might look at maybe putting a strap over here somehow, but I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that in there. But what I've done at this point is put a there we go, screw there, okay, and that holds the top of it down, and then if you flip it over in there, yeah, you can see that screw in there, so that then screws up and holds the, you know, pushes it up into here, and gives me a bit of balance and sets the motor level. So that's how I'm going to do the front. They seem pretty secure in there actually, which is surprising, but I'm pretty happy with that. Doesn't feel like it's going to move. If it does start moving, I'll look at maybe tap down onto the gearbox a little bit in here, and put a thread in so that this actually screws directly into that, because that metal's actually about 4 or 5 mil thick, so I should be able to put a bit of a tappet in there. But yeah, so that's the front in. Obviously this is the second tractor, so I've opened this up. I've changed this a little bit, but this is how I've done the mounting of the servo, and just used the same theory that I used with this. it's good though, I've got lots of spare parts now. I'm actually pretty happy about that. So I mean, a suggestion would be potentially, if you are going down this track, getting 2 models is a way to go, just in case you break something or miss something out. But we'll just see how it all goes once it's running and how long it goes for. But right now I'm just going to wire up the motor, do the wheels, and get it all together, and I'll show you a bit of a running video of it running on the top, and then I can start on the sound kit. So as you'll see, gone ahead and wired it all in, ESC's in there, still going to need a bit of tidying up. I've run the batteries around. This is not the battery I'm using, I'm going to have to find one that will fit in there. Hopefully I'll get one with plenty of mar. I've still got the sound and light kit to go in. Should be able to fit that all in here, but there's going to be quite a bit in there. You can see the cab's on, the lights are on, so we've got steering. Okay, and this is obviously, this is not the controller that I'm using for it either, because I've got quite a bit to. So that's the steering. We've got drive. Beacons are going. I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to, I might have to beef up the steering servo, because it doesn't seem to want to give it enough grunt to go, but it is what it is. So that's at 90-ish% complete. I've just got, like I said, the sound and the light and stuff to go in. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty wrapped with that. It came out heaps better. Have a look in there. I mean, yeah, it's still a bit rough in places, but nothing. But a paint won't tidy up. I'm going to tidy it all up off camera. But that's pretty much the gist of it. Like I said, battery. That one's just sitting in there. But that's it. I'm going to take it for a bit of a test drive and we'll go from there. But you know, this is the next video on the line. Thanks for watching.